Okay, hello everyone. This is Lara Atallah, transformation and life coach, and welcome to this interview today with my special guest, Leon VanderPol, the founder of the Center for Transformational Coaching. Leon is a gifted, deep transformational coach who changes life through a form of coaching that he calls the deep coaching. He's also an internationally recognized master coach, trainer, and mentor. And you can find Leon at www.centerfortransformationalcoaching.com. Hello, Leon, and thanks for joining us today.
Hello, Lara.
How are you?
Very good. Very good. Thanks for having me.
Great. I really appreciate that you are giving us time to discuss our upcoming retreat, the Deep Coaching Intensive.
Yes.
Yeah, we're really privileged that you're coming all the way from Taiwan to have it here in Egypt, especially in Ras Sedr from the 1st to the 4th of March, 2017.
Yeah, I'm very excited, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, same here.
Right.
Yeah. Leon, the intro I talked about deep coaching, which is also the name of our retreat, Deep Coaching Intensive. I'm just hoping if you can clarify for us or discuss with us what is deep coaching.
Well, I'll give you a concise answer because I could talk about it all day. So for the audience, I'll give it in a nutshell what deep coaching is. So one way for those coaches listening to understand this work is to understand that there are two forms of coaching. One we call transactional coaching and one we call transformational coaching. So deep coaching is a form of transformational coaching. So there may be some people listening who are kind of wondering, so what is transformational coaching? So the easiest way that I could say to describe what transformational coaching as an approach is that it's really about supporting people to be different in the world. It's about being different. So the focus is on what I call the great transformational question: who do you choose to be in this situation or in life? So this question of being is the foundation of all transformational coaching. And so deep coaching is a spirit-based approach that is here to help people really dive deep and transform themselves or their clients, if you're a coach, at our most essential level of being, at our most essential level. Because when we talk about transformational coaching, it's important to understand that you can coach transformationally, and nobody is actually transforming. Now that might seem a contradiction, but actually it's not. Just because you're coaching transformationally doesn't mean that the person you're working with is necessarily going through any kind of transformation, which is a significant change within the self, like a caterpillar to butterfly. It's significant, true transformation. But deep coaching is an approach that helps people truly transform. Like the idea is not only to coach transformationally, it is to help get to that level of self-understanding where we really begin to let go of an old, or you might say dying, self-concept and step into a kind of an emergent, awakened self. So that process of working with people through kind of a death, I say a death of the old self, kind of the falling away, the letting go of so many of the beliefs, thoughts, and images of who we are, that piece of it combined with how we step into and really embrace, ultimately embody that emergent higher way that is actually kind of naturally arising through a transformational process. We want to support that. And that's what deep coaching aims to do, really kind of get to essence and support what I call true transformation of the self at our deepest levels.
Yeah. Thank you for clarifying this, Leon. And if we go back to our retreat, I was just wondering if you can highlight who specifically can attend this retreat.
Well, I get that question a lot for the deep coaching program. And one of the questions is always, do I need to be a coach? Do I have to have a coaching background to be able to attend? And my answer is unequivocally no, you don't. The program is open to absolutely everyone. Now, we are working with transformation from a coaching perspective, but the reality is that this program is for anybody who wants to learn how to support transformation and awakening at our most essential level. And that might mean you're doing this for yourself. Like this is something you want to understand for yourself, how you support that within yourself. Maybe it's for someone that you're working with in a coaching context, or you might be working with them in counseling or therapy, or just some different ways that you're working with people. It could also be that you're working in communities, in organizations, and you want to understand, okay, so what are the dynamics of transformation, and how do I really support this kind of letting go and letting come process that is the hallmark of real transformation? Like, how do I support that from where I stand? So it's open to all people who are interested in understanding the way of transformation, and what it takes to support it in a really meaningful but also spirit-based way. So this is a really heart-centered work. It's designed to kind of transcend the intellect and its kind of limiting capacities, which we see very much in transactional coaching, to sort of transcend the intellect and move into a more open heart space, and noticing how that shift within ourselves begins to support real transformation within other people. It's quite extraordinary. You know that from taking the course yourself. So I would say, just to answer your question, the course really is open to all those who are interested in understanding transformation and awakening and how to support that.
So what I hear from you, it's for coaches and non-coaches.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. And for the non-coaches, people expect to experience a shift, to feel a transformation during this retreat?
Well, that's the beauty of this retreat, is that the idea is to create an immersive experience for the 4 days that we're there. So we're not going into a retreat to talk about transformation as a concept, an idea that's kind of outside ourselves. This retreat is to immerse people in the energies and the connections and the ideas and ideals of transformation, so that it is experienced, kind of like in every cell in their body. It is deeply, deeply experienced. And so even non-coaches will go through that. And the benefit of having it as an experience like this is that you then know when you're there. So you go back into the world, into your families, organizations, and you'll know that this is what it means to transform at this most essential level. I can feel it. I know this experience. I have had it myself. So it doesn't matter whether you're a coach or not. That experience is extremely helpful in your own process, your own growth and transformational process, but also in supporting others.
Yeah. And I'll be interested in your further thoughts around what to expect during this retreat.
Well, it's a retreat, first of all, which is, of course, meant to have people really relax. We want to get them out of their day-to-day hustle and bustle.
Yeah.
And, in line, we work with 9 practices. So the deep coaching approach is founded, as you know, Lara, on 9 practices. Now, these practices, taken together, form the optimal conditions in which transformation of the self unfolds naturally and organically. And so the whole retreat is founded on activating these 9 principles. As I said a moment ago, we're not just going to talk about it, 9 principles, like that they're out there. We're going to live these 9 principles. And one of those practices is really around what it looks like to just take that breath and slow down. So we want people to come in and know that they're going to really relax. This is going to be highly rejuvenating for them. It's meant to be a time of association and connection with other like-minded, like-hearted people who have likely shared a similar path to you and to others who join. So there's that place of commonality in the kinds of conversations that we're going to have. We're of course going to be working with the concepts around what the human transformational process looks like, feels like, how we position ourselves as coaches or others to support that. We're going to go deep into coaching conversations and really experience it for ourselves, and how these 9 practices actually work. So all of these pieces are there to help the person when they leave the retreat at the end. Not only do I feel like completely, just like the weights has lifted. I feel just extremely expanded sense of self. likely the heart space will just be open in an extraordinarily profound way. This is one of the things that all participants speak about, is just the extraordinary connection that they feel with everybody else that has attended, almost like unlike anything they've ever experienced before in terms of that connection, but that expanded sense of self and understanding how transformation is working and supported. When they walk away, they're just going to go back to their clients, their communities, and that will all be there for them, that knowing on how to truly activate it.
Yeah, I can feel this energy while you're talking.
Yeah, exactly. That's it.
I know that you give this course online, the Deep Coaching Intensive. And as you mentioned, I took this course with you online, and I have to acknowledge that it was an amazing journey of self-discovery, as well as it was a very powerful deep and addition tool to my coaching practices as a coach. But this time you're offering here in Egypt, for the first time in Egypt, face-to-face, and it's not online. It's face-to-face. You're coming and you're doing it live with people. So what are the benefits that people will get by doing it live or face-to-face?
Yeah. Well, a couple of them I already spoke to when I mentioned that because this is a retreat. Like I've done this also live where people go home at night. But I love this idea that we're going to come together and we have the option kind of like for being together, all day. And for people to truly step out of their life, they don't have to drive their car home. They don't have to think about, dinner or anything like that. Like I got to make dinner or anything like this. Like they're able to just let go of all of that. So I love that aspect of it, the being able to really relax in a retreat setting. And the other piece of it too is the face-to-face connection. Because as you know, when we do it online, it's amazing the connections we can create. Like I still am amazed that this work even transcends the limits of technology and the separation of it. Like we still create this really powerful, holistic sense of oneness with each other. But that's amplified even more in the face-to-face when we come together and sit together. It's absolutely amplified. And it's also truly becomes like an intensive, deep coaching intensive, because we are together for 3 to 4 days, and it is a total immersion, an experiential immersion, and that has a certain intensity to it. You yourself will feel right into the core of your being a kind of an opening and an awakening of self, unlike anything that you'll have really experienced because of that level of intensity that we bring to it. So these are some of the most obvious benefits of coming together, and of course the associations and relationships that are made when people sit together in face-to-face, could last a lifetime.
Yeah, retreats are really magical.
Yeah.
So we can talk about this for a very long time, and I really enjoyed this conversation with you, and I really thank you for your time today. And I was wondering, based around the conversation we had, are there anything, any thoughts you want to add to this closing?
Well, just a couple of logistic things. Sometimes people say, "So what is this? Do I get a certificate, or what do I get when I finish this?" So just for those who are thinking about that, there is a certificate of completion when you finish the Deep Coaching Intensive. But the Deep Coaching Intensive is actually the first part of a 3-part program called the Deep Coaching Program. And if you complete all 3 parts, then you receive actual certification as a deep transformational coach. So if there are people who are looking at potentially going the distance, I do encourage everyone to visit the website centerfortransformationalcoaching.com and learn more about the whole program for which the Deep Coaching Intensive, or DCI, is the first part. Now, it is the first part. We give everybody everything up front. In other words, the DCI contains all the content of the program. There's nothing in terms of content that's saved for the second or third part. So all content is delivered up front, which is a real benefit. And then after, people can say, okay, well, this is something I want to continue to work with, and that option is there for people as well. So if they would like to know a little bit more about the program in its entirety, please just stop by the website, or if you have questions, you can always drop me an email as well.
Yeah, sure. Leon, it's been a pleasure today speaking with you, and thank you very much once again for coming along today. I really appreciate it. And as I mentioned before, you can find Leon, as he said, at www.centerfortransformationalcoaching.com. And for more details about our retreat, you can check our Facebook event on my page, Lara Atallah, Transformational and Life Coaching, or you can visit Leon's website as well. It has all the details there. Looking forward to having you all with us in this retreat, and Leon, can't wait to meet you in person.
Yes.
Thanks again.
Yes. Thanks, Lara.
Yeah. Thanks again, and it's bye for now.
Bye-bye.